Hello everyone, today we're going to install the Hooke roof rack on my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. So I imagine you're watching this before you buy it, or you're watching this as you just got it, so you're going to put it on. So these are some tips, and I'm just going to walk through it. I would suggest buying some of this door seal right here. This will go on the front to kind of protect your truck. Highly suggest it. I also suggest some black silicone right here, made by Permatex. This is good stuff. So I would suggest using that to glue that on, to glue your rubber seals on the side, the weather stripping back on once we take it off, and to seal your screws in the top. So let's get started. Okay. First thing we're gonna need to do is take this weather sealing off right here. This strip goes all the way down over there. So this is the first thing we need to do. Just use a flathead, get it started. I always try to be careful, like not to chip my paint. I'm real stickler about that. And it is on there. A little bit of glue right there. So, peel this back. See, that's where your screw hole's at. There's your other screw hole. There's your hole. There's your other one. See, holes right there and holes right there. So, open up this plastic bag. These are your mounting brackets, 2 on either side. Okay. Now we need to use screws to put them in. Of course, they sorted it all out for you, so you know exactly which ones are what. All just aside, they are now sorted. So now I've got everything I need to install these. So what you need are the smaller screws. 8 of them. Okay, here's a big one right here. Here's a little one. You can see the size difference. You need the little ones. Along with the little ones, you need these little, I call it washers. They're the broken washers. I honestly do not know the name of them. But you need the ones that will fit the size of this screw. As you can see, they will not fit the big one. Okay, so that's a good test. And then you need the washers. They have a smaller hole in the middle meant for this screw, and the bigger screw won't fit in it. So that's what you need. 8 of these, 8 of these, 8 of these, 4 of these, your mounting brackets. Now let's mount them. So when you're installing these, you want this side facing in, the actual metal side. So drop those in, just like that. We're going to want to line them kind of in the middle as much as we can to where they're even on both sides. That's very important. So I've got all 4 of these in. Remember, this should be facing each other. And yes, that's how it'll look. All right, time for the next step. Okay, next we're gonna be putting on the front plate. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on this rubber seal on the front. So 1, we don't scratch up our truck, and 2, to kind of cut down on the wind noise. So what I've done is I used some pliers over there, Neil knows, and it's a little skinny in the front. I tried using a rubber mallet or a wooden mallet to put it on, but I bent it out of shape on the other side. So first, use your pliers and have your camera focus. Use your Neil nose pliers and kind of open it up. You want to open it up because then we're going to put in the Permatex, put in the Permatex to glue it into place. And then we're going to use some pliers, just normal pliers or needles, either one. And we're going to pinch it in the spot. You'll see here in a second, but I'm going to finish this. Okay, once you've stretched it out, go ahead and try and put it on, put it in there. You don't have to worry about it being too tight right now because we're going to take it right off and make sure, it fits, and cut it down to size. Now we're going to take it off and put it in the black silicone. So we're going to go ahead and take her off. There we go. You can see it's been folded out in all the spots. Now remember, this little tubing on the bottom, the squishy part, not the metal part right here, the squishy part, we want that to go down. So like this, when you're looking at it from the bottom. Okay, all right. That was not easy, but now it's time to put it on. And we probably put too much on, which is all right. We can just wipe it off. So, start from over here. Slide her on in. Now I'm gonna take a little one mallet. And I'm gonna just tap on it. Okay, as that's done, I'm gonna grab some pliers. Now, just gonna crimp it down. You know what? It's probably better to stand it up like this. Just, what? Give it a good old crimp. Because there's aluminum in this thing that we opened up on. So by crimping it down, we're crimping that aluminum in this spot. Alrighty, so now that we've kind of got this rubber guard on here, it's a little better, I can put it on there, not really have to worry about, man, this thing, it's not light, not the strongest man, but so we got them in. It's a tight fit. It is not an easy fit. Like some of the screws, man, they just feel like they're cross threading. I do not like that, but I cannot get them not to cross thread. But they're still going in, so. This one I'm gonna crank down a bit more than what I have with other ones, just because it's the front. Kind of get them in the spot. You'll want to go to the other side too and thread it in more, because it's going to pull. It's almost like it isn't long enough. It barely is, but it's going to pull on both sides. So like this one is just not having it. Okay, so I got these bolts in right here. Now this one right here, I had an issue with that it just was not threading through. Somehow when they drilled it through and put the threads through, it did not go right. So what I had to do is I had to just drill it out, made it smooth. Now in the instructions, it says that you use a nut to screw on the back of these, but they might have changed how they did it, because on the back it's already threaded. back in here on this piece. So you don't need a nut. So like this one right here, there's no nut. It just screwed right in. This one, on the other hand, I drilled out. You can see all the dust right there, metal shavings. I drilled it out and I put a nut on the other side. Now I couldn't put a locking washer on it because it wasn't long enough. So just put one washer, drill it through, put a nut on the back. And that's how I secured it. Hopefully you don't have this issue, but I did. Next piece you're gonna install once you get the front on is your back. So, let's get it up here. Now, depending how you did it, it might be a tight fit. Goes up underneath there. You're gonna have to kind of push it a little bit, and it should fit like that. Now, the tough part is trying to keep it from scratching the top of your truck. Actually, it kind of holds into place right there. Now you can only hope that the screw holes line up. There we go. We are ready to put all the crossbars in between. If you look, these are numbered. Like right here is number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. They go like this, you know. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are already threaded. So you just put them up there and run the screw through it, the bolt through it. So I'm gonna do this. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you guys watch it. It looks like I have been going out of order a little bit, but for me, it's been working fine. Everything's been lining up, so this might be a better way of doing it. You know, this is actually supposed to be the last part, but I think it kind of pushes everything wide, and then you can fill in the middle. So let's get this done. Okay, once you have put all the crossbars in, we are almost done. So, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna crank down all these bolts. So this is optional, but if you wanna put your seal back in, your weather seal right here, you can. What you have to do is you have to cut out the underneath part for the brackets. So you have to make practically this is flat right here, and then cut out a little bit on the edge back over there. And same for the back. Yeah, it's good to place them and then make little marks on where it starts and stops, cut it, and place them in, and boom, you are done.